Okay, so here's the thing. Okay, again, tafsir, I cannot help you with that. I cannot argue with it because if someone said, she said, he said, and then I could bring up things that say nothing about children. The problem is that again, it's he said, she said, and someone is, even if they're respectable or not, right? Now moving on to specific Islamic
How about
law.
the Quran itself?
Well,
How about the Quran, the Quran
okay.
itself?
In Arabic, it says nisa.
No.
Nisa.
Yes, it says nisa'akum, but it also says right from the beginning, Surah Al-Talaq.
Okay.
You don't divorce women. You don't divorce women. Stop using this bad argument. You divorce wives. So in context, women means wives. And we can prove it from other places in the Quran where nisa'akum means also and includes children, where we know that when I can't remember the story, but it's in Surah Nisa as well, where it uses the word Nisa, and what refers to is female. So using the word Nisa as to add on to the text to say that this is. Hold on a sec, please. To say that Nisa means adult woman, you're wrong. It's like saying, bring your women to my office so we can file divorce. Do I mean now necessarily women? No, I mean wives, because some of them are pregnant, like this verse saying. Some of them are elderly. That's elderly, ajuz. So again, these subcategories can be divided and be named different things, but they all can be under the umbrella of wives. And the reason they're wives again, because it's in the name of the surah. The surah says at-talaq. At-talaq means divorce. You don't divorce women, you divorce wives.
Okay, in the Quran or in the Islamic religion, we do not believe in marriage to any other gender except women. That is the main thing. So again, I would love to see which verse you're talking about, and then we can argue that. Okay, whenever you get home, I'm free all day basically.
Wait, what exactly is the contention right now?
Right now, I'm trying to explain the Aisha and the Prophet thing, right? So,
wait, the Aisha and the Prophet thing?
Yeah, a Prophet marrying someone who's under the age of 10.
Well, that's more so of a secondary issue as opposed to because this is in the Quran that we're talking about. The Quran is what is allowing this type of relationships to happen, not just
allowed the Aisha as well. The Aisha marriage was allowed by the Quran as well. It's mentioned in the Quran as well.
Well, I understand. That's
our point. Solidify this verse, though.
Yeah, but
we really need to solidify this verse.
I'm something to you if you let me finish for a second. So when in that day and age, okay. Now again, the numbers. I'm not sure of the age because I don't remember. To be honest, I'm not too fascinated about it, but I believe it was 9 and 13 that they got married. 9, 13.
Hold on. Let me show you the hadith so that you don't have any confusion. All right.
Okay, but what I'm trying to explain to you is that in that day and age, that was permissible when a girl reaches the point where she can conceive. Now you can sit here and laugh about it, but the Romans who were the Catholics then. They allowed it to happen even in Christianity. It happened in...
Oh, no. You're not going to say that. Now you're going to get corrected. 1 Corinthians chapter 7, 36 to 38. Notice the difference. So I was waiting for you. No, let me go there. 1 Corinthians 7, 36 to 38 says, but if any man thinks he's behaving improperly towards his virgin, if she is past the flower of youth, that's the first contingent.
Okay, go ahead.
Hold on, past the flower of youth, then look at 38. So then he who gives her in marriage does well, but he who does not give her in marriage. So in Christianity, there's two contingencies. Number one, she has to be past the flower of youth.
Which means
and number two, her father's going to have to give her up to marriage. Go ahead, man.
Same thing is in Islam. Your father has to give you in marriage.
No, it's not.
Yeah, in Islam, you cannot marry a girl without the acceptance of the parents.
Well, of course. No, the point that is not the same is that she has to be past the flower of youth. Yes, she has to have a guardian. Her guardian has to agree to give her in marriage, but she does not have to be past the flower of her youth, according to Islam.
Can I ask you something?
Consummated his marriage when she was 9 years old.
So yeah, I understand. So let me ask you a question. A flower of youth, right? That refers to the period, right?
No, that refers to maturity, not just period. That's her
Okay.
full maturity,
No problem.
body and mind.
We'll play the game of maturity.
It's not playing a game. It's past the flower of youth. Matter of fact, if you want to, hold on one second. If you're going to play games and say that, then here is the Greek word, my friend. I'm going to give you the Greek word, and here's what it says. That way you're not playing games, with all due respect, right? And the word is hyper-ekomos, which is past the bloom of youth, full of age, from Hooper and the base of Akman, beyond the acme, right? Figuratively, past the bloom of youth. So in other words, a fully developed woman.
Okay, so here you go. Now go ahead full age, and it's called hyperkomos. And look it up. It will tell you when the girl.
I just read that to you, bro.
The girl.
I just read you the definition there.
I'm trying to explain something. The full age means when she reaches her period.
No, that's not what the biblical understanding is.
I'm telling you, look it up. The reason why,
but guys, this is
the bloom of youth.
This is a secondary issue. This is still a secondary issue. Look, bro.
Judaism. Hold on a second. Just one second.
No, please,
sorry.
Please.
Go ahead.
We're literally dealing with literally stuff that is not the crux of the matter. Our script, whether you say this means when she hits her period, or according to our scripture, it's past that when she becomes a woman. It's neither here nor there. It doesn't matter. In Islam, that is not required. In Islam, she does not have to reach puberty before being married off or even consummated. That's what we're talking about.
No, that is true. When she got married to the Prophet, if you're talking about the Prophet situation, or in general,
in general, according to the Quran.
No, now in general, there's laws because, again, how Christians and Muslims, they all adapt to the times, right?
So what is the law? What is the Islamic jurisprudence on marrying and consummating with a woman, with a girl who's who has not reached puberty yet, who's prepubescent? What's the ruling on that? Because we haven't.
It depends on the age, and it depends on the country.
It doesn't depend on. Wait, where do you get this from? That it depends on the age. Like, where are you getting this from?
So in the Quran, again, when it was mentioned that a girl could be married, right, with acceptance of her parents when she gets to her period, it could be 9 years old. However, the countries
the Quran doesn't say that.
No, I'm saying the countries that they're in, whoever practice Islamic law.
No, brother. Look, you have Islamic jurisprudence that's determined, but with your scholars. Your scholars they use the Quran and the Hadith to come up with rulings, with law. And go with Sharia, okay? So that's what we're talking about. I'm asking you what, because we know what it is. I literally have the jurisprudence right here on my laptop. I can pull it up. The law, the Islamic law on marrying a young child or giving your young child in marriage, okay? I have that law according to Sharia, according to your jurisprudence. So my question is, where are you getting this from that age has anything to do with it, or maturity has anything to do with it? Where are you getting this from?
Okay, so now, Sahih al-Bukhari? Okay, so after that, again, that passage came in a time and day, 1,900 years ago. After that, the scholars of the Islamic world came to an agreement that it is not permissible unless there's a good reasoning behind it.
Wait, what's not permissible?
To get married to a child.
All right, where do you find this?
We just admitted it, though.
Sahih al-Bukhari 172.
All right, let's see. Sahih al-Bukhari 172. Let's see what it says here.
Yeah.
But you said that there is good reason to get with a child as long as there's good reason.
Yes, but getting in a child is not, because in Islam we cannot have adoption. We don't adopt, right?
That we're not talking about adopting. We're talking about marrying children and having relations with children. You're saying that there's good reason to marry a child and to consummate with a child, according to Sahih Bukhari.
So in Sharifi, his companions encourage the father or grandfather not to marry off their virgin children until she reaches maturity, and he obtains the girl's consent, so that she's not trapped with the husband she dislikes. After the Quran?
If you have an example, let's even grant this, that you have an example of somebody encouraging someone to not give away his children until they're old enough. That still wouldn't negate the fact that in the Quran and in Islam, you still have the permissibility to do that if you want to give up your virgin child before she's old enough, while she's a child, before she reaches puberty. That's still allowed. Even if you have an example of someone in some story saying, "Hey, you should wait until they're old enough." He wouldn't be going against Islam if he didn't.
No, technically not. No,
I know. That's the whole point. The crux of the matter is we're not contending against maybe these examples where people waited till their wife hit puberty or waited till their daughters hit puberty or whatever. We're talking about the actual fact that in Islam, in the Quran and the Hadiths and your jurisprudence, that it is permissible to have relations with prepubescent girls. We can't deny that.
So
but you have to relate it to his divine too. Like his divine command and that permissibility is from your divine. It's not from your scholar. Your scholars merely use the Quran to actually solidify that idea.
Right. They're not making this up. They get it from the Quran, what Allah says, and the example that Muhammad did. So they get Allah's words, Muhammad's example, put two together. This is what's lawful.
So here's the thing, right? You're talking about the same passage that your friend here, I believe, Light was talking about. Because he is taking the word nisa as child, right?
Well, no, nisa just means women, but it can be applied to your children. There's different categories of nisa.
But that's the thing. The Quran used the word children as tifl. And the word and doesn't say female or male as a couple.
No.
The only
go ahead, Paul, if you want to respond to this, because I have a response to this too.
Again, so one more time, it is synonymous with wives because you are divorcing wives. You're not divorcing random women. You're divorcing wives. So imagine this. Imagine in a world where this is permissible, that you have children, elderly and pregnant, and they're coming outside of, let's say I'm also a divorce lawyer. And then I want to call everyone into the office to file the divorce. What should I say? Bring your women in or bring your wives in, regardless whether they are children, elderly, or pregnant. This is what Allah did. He's literally using it as wives. It's synonymous with wives. You can see it synonymous like with many, like, again, if you want to keep pressing this argument, I can show you as well how the Quranic reading would include children when it only mentioned Nisa.
Okay, so can I tell you now? I found.
I love it. Just 1 second. I want to ask you something. Do you take Fath al-Bari as an authority on Sahih al-Bukhari?
I know Fath al-Bari is well known in
the most authoritative. It should be the most authoritative, right?
He is one of the authoritative. Yes, I don't have the most, but yes.
Well, it is. He is the most authoritative. Let me read you this on this verse. And those who haven't menstruated yet, he made the waiting period 3 months for those who haven't menstruated yet, which indicates that giving her into marriage before puberty is permissible.
Yeah, that's what we said. It's permissible before puberty. We're not disagreeing with that.
Beautiful. So then why is there a 3 month waiting period? Because according to 3349, there shouldn't be. If you haven't had sex with them, or if you haven't dingy, whatever you say here on TikTok.
We say dingy.
Dingy, bro. Sorry. So, you need me to drop, bro? Or?
No, you're fine.
So in the same surah that we're talking about right now, you're talking about 65:4 at the end, but if you go...
So 65:4 is combined with...
Yes.
Chapter 33, verse 49, because chapter 33, verse 49 talks about the waiting period, the iddah.
Yeah, I understand that. Can we go back just to 4:6 in the same surah, 4:6, okay?
It's not even talking about divorcing women. It's talking
hear this out.
Orphans. It's not even the same category of girls.
It is the same surah. Just hear this out, and you tell me.
It's not the same category, dude. It's a completely different context. This is not talking about girls who have a guardian who are allowed to be given in marriage.
But again,
Dealing with the orphan girls, they don't have a guardian, so they're not allowed to be given up before puberty. That's only allowed if the girl has a guardian, which is why 65-4 exists.
So just one thing, because this is at the whole surah. It tells you at the first of it to test. It talks about orphans and about marriage. Okay, in the same verse, it says test the orphans and their abilities. That's what they mean until they reach marriageable age.
Why?
That's an Arabic too. Because you need an age. You can't marry a 1-year-old.
Okay, no, it's not that you need an age. It's that they need a guardian. They can't give.
In Islam, regardless, you need a guardian. But back in the day, they used to marry someone who's 7 years old just fine. It doesn't matter.
Dude, you cannot marry an orphan girl because she has no guardian. That's why you have to wait until she can decide for herself. But the one who has a guardian, her consent or her decision is not needed. It's based on the father or the guardian.
Either that or her silence.
Well, not that, but it usually goes to the uncle or the aunt or
whoever the guardian is.
No.
Whoever the guardian is.
It clearly tells you there's an age of marriage, but the age right now.
Or the orphan.
The problem is you think the age is 18. It's not 18.
No, I don't put.
It is 9. It's not even 9. God knows what.
I don't put a number on anything. The Quran didn't put a number on it. I'm not putting a number on it. I'm only saying that according to the Quran, you're allowed to marry and consummate before puberty.
See, I'm gonna be very honest with you, okay? If it was Saudi Arabia is extremely strict, right? When it comes to Islam. If there was maybe there's something that I'm missing or I can't portray it properly. If it was legal, trust me, people in Saudi Arabia would have been doing it right now.
They do it.
They do it.
What do you mean?
Like, what are you talking about?
You know Arabic, right? You know Arabic? Okay, so if I send godlogic right now the YouTube YouTube clip of a sheikh from Al-Azhar saying it's okay to consummate the marriage even if she's 1 day old, but as long as she can handle it. So whether people are doing it or they're not doing it, we have shuyukh in colored television, let's say, and we have even the Shia, we're not going to get into the Shia, but also in colored television and in recent times, not even 100 years old, saying it's okay to basically do those things. So is that enough proof, or you still want to look at what people do? Because, look, I'm a big believer. Hold on, sorry. I'm just going to say the last thing. I'm a big believer that Muslims are better than their Islam. I am. Because I think some of you Muslims are actually better than your Islam. If you know what Islam really teaches, you would run away from it. But the problem is you want to keep putting yourself in a circle where no, this is not true. Well, no, it is true. I'm going to send godlogic the clip and we'll go from there.
Here's the thing. You speak Arabic, right?
Yep.
Okay, but here's the thing. When you talk about Al-Azhar and all these people, okay, and yes, there's a lot of Muslims that don't agree with certain things and a lot of things that don't do good, or we think because of the day and age it's not good. The problem is these sheikhs that are all over the world and everyone leads to them and everyone thinks they're the top of the tier that we have to listen to, do not support nothing but their own benefit. I'll be very honest with all of you here. You guys are quoting a lot of people that are very well known and influential in the Muslim world, but they all care about themselves. They're not there to make Islam better.
So,
for example, here's an example, right?
So it's wrong I'm confused on this.
The reason why, here's the thing.
We're just quoting.
I live in Canada, right? And
wow.
If anyone goes and tells you, hey, you're in the United States or whatever, everyone has this perception about everyone who's in the United States or kill America, right? In the Islamic world, at least. The crazy people that we have. But then you have our main sheikh coming out saying, pray for Israel, pray for Donald Trump to guide him into the right path. And in Islam, we're not supposed to do that. Again, these sheikhs and the people that we tap on the back are not people that we should follow. Now, again, when it comes to marriage of children, back to that point in specific, by common sense, you shouldn't be doing that. Now, back then, maybe
very good. So leave Islam. Leave it.
The problem is here's a question, right, to you.
No, you
And
need to leave.
I would love if you show me something that will make me understand, right?
You just proved to me that you're better than Islam and than Islam,
so here's a
Muhammad,
question
and
to you.
Allah.
All right. So here's a question to you. How can I believe? And I'm not trying to be rude. I never come out as rude. I respect all religions.
Incoming rudeness.
Sorry.
Whenever somebody says, I don't mean to be rude or I'm not trying to be rude, they're going to say something that is obviously
not at all. I just want to understand. How can I believe in a God that dies? That's my main problem with Christianity.
Oh, and he did it. He did it.
What is
the Muslim
what is
shuffle.
I'm not trying to.
Hey, what is listen, friend? What does as sagira mean? What is listen, Lavo? What does as sagira mean? As sagira.
As-saghira means the young one, the child.
A young one, right? Okay, so here's tafsir.
It means the child. No, it's not young one. It's child.
Yeah,
Here's
Child
tafsir.
under Islamic definition.
Here's tafsir al-Qurtubi, where it says, and those who have not menstruated yet, meaning the young girl. And the word there is as saghira.
Yeah,
which denotes what?
That is not from the Quran. That's from him saying it. Yes.
Okay, but I have a chain. There's a chain. There's Al-Razi. There's Al-Wahidi. There's Tafsir Ibn Abbas. There's he already read Ibn Kathir. Jalalain. Right? There's Al-Badawi. I mean, bro, pick one. Like the Black Doctor said.
Everyone's being thrown under the bus for this guy. And I find it amazing how immediately all of the scholars are thrown under the bus, and then immediately we run to Christianity.
We're not throwing anyone under. No, we're not throwing anyone under the bus.
Hold up, my friend. Because what you're doing is one of the things that your other Muslim friends love to do. It's a brand new dance. I'll show it to you. It's called the Muslim Shuffle. It's called the Muslim Shuffle. So what you're not gonna do is you're not going to do two things. Number one, you're not going to Muslim shuffle. And number two, you're not going to throw Allah, Muhammad, or any of the Islamic scholars under the bus. If anyone, just to continue to uphold the rule by my brother Scott, because he's just not here, if anyone is going to throw Allah, Muhammad, or the Islamic scholars under the bus, it's going to be me. It's going to be me.
You are telling me, hey, listen to the scholars, but the Quran says this.
What you're going to have to do is you're going to have to actually deal with what the scholars say. Because we've read from Tafsir al-Jalalain, we've read it from Ibn Kathir, we've read it from al-Qurtubi, we've even about to show it from one of your modern scholars today. All of them say that you can end up being with and divorcing prepubescent children.
Okay, but first of all, I'm not trying to show this. He asked me why don't I leave Islam and move to Christianity. That's the only reason
I never said that. I said then you should leave Islam when you said that it's common sense that men should not get with little girls. You said it's common sense. So therefore, since it's common sense and it's innate in you for you to know that that's wrong, to know that that's evil and that we shouldn't do that, you should leave Islam that teaches that a God is commanding and permitting that type of action. That's what I'm saying. Your common sense goes against Allah.
Did you want to hear this, Sheikh? If you don't want to hear it, it's fine. But look,
no,
the Quran actually says it. Okay. Go ahead, play it, Avery, please.
All right. So I'm gonna need you guys to be quiet because there's a little delay on my TikTok and live on YouTube. So just give it a second. I'm gonna need you guys to be quiet because there's a little delay on my TikTok and live on YouTube. So just give it a second.
اللائي يئسنا من المحيض اللي هي الكبرت ما عندهاش اي واللائي لم يحضنا نوعين لم يحضنا لمرض واحده عندها مرض يعني عندها مشاكل في الدوره الشهريه تمام ودي حالات نادره جدا مش هسه والحكم للغالب ليس الشخص تمام واللائي لم يحضنا جمهور المفسرين حضرتك اولهم ابن جرير الطبري في كتاب في تفسيره المشهور كتاب زاد المسير لابن الجوزي يعني كلام صحيح البخاري كلام الفتح كلام الحافظ في الفتح، كل ده بيقول انه الاتفاق على انه الكلام هنا على الصغيره التي لم تبلغ الحيض بعد، يجوز تزويجها وان لم يحدث وفاه تطليقها، والشرع قال يجوز تزويجها وان لم يحدث وفاه تطليقها، والشرع قال
Oh, sorry, guys. Hold on. Oop, a little echo.
Yeah, pause it, bro.
Oop, a little echo.
Okay, so
Okay, so
but I'm still
he,
agree with that.
he,
Yeah, go ahead.
he does say, because someone said, oh, it literally says about medical condition. Yes, I agree, 100%. There's Tafsir al-Razi, that's the reference. But what we didn't get to hear, that every other tafsir includes children. So al-Razi includes also children. So al-Razi does bring up this medical complication, but this sheikh here is telling you this is a very, very rare condition. But so it can apply to them, but this is not the primary reason it was revealed. It was revealed for the children. This was revealed for the children that they were getting married by Muslims. So that's the issue.
See,
And then he continues to say that, oh yes, you can even marry them up to 1 day old. And that's Sunni. So he's a Sunni, he's not a Shia.
yeah. Again, I get where you're coming from. I do not agree with it. I am going to, I promise after this, I'm going to send you a follow, and next time you're live, I'll probably research it properly and look at the Islamic verses that go with it, especially the ones that he said that kept saying child somewhere else. Because again, I don't think this is permissible. Okay. And I know of one case, which is the Prophet. There was reasoning behind it, and there was a lot that went on behind the scenes for that thing to happen. And again, we've been grown up to believe something, and we've been understanding something all our life, that you come and tell me, hey, listen, you can marry children. That sounds sick and weird. The only time that I could be like, okay, maybe it did happen and it makes sense is because of one thing. Hey, listen, now the consent age is 18 years old. Now, this time we live in 1900 years ago, I do not know the difference. Does that make sense?
They have fatwas.
Hey brother, God bless you all.
If you look up the fatawi.
بلا ما نروح
So if you look
للفتاوي.
up
Let
the
you prove
fatawi.
it,
Okay.
Paul حبيبي. God bless you. Now I will. We're talking about nikah al-saghira, right? The marriage of children.
Yeah, we were talking about marriage of children. Yes.
Great.
So-
Nikah al-saghira. If you go to all your scholars, all mazhab, 4 mazhab, all of them accepted. And here, let me show you something. If a brother give me a big screen, God bless you. You know how to read Arabic, right?
Yes, correct, I do.
This is الدرر الثانية الموسوعة الفقهية.
Yeah, I just read
Right?
that.
There,
Right.
حكم تزويج الصغيرة. I can translate for you guys to English after I finish from brother in Arabic. Look here. المسألة الأولى تزويج الأب للصغيرة البكر. The father can get her little daughter as a marriage. Right?
I want to ask you something.
So here يجوز
معناتها ما جاء الحيض
البكر
ولا؟
يعني لا البكر التي لم تتزوج قبل.
Okay, that's what I mean. Okay.
Yes. Bikr meaning, when we said Bikr, didn't married before. She is still not used, brand new. Bikr meaning brand new, not used anymore. Right? So here, all your scholars, look how many, all of them, all جمهور العلماء, المذاهب الفقهية الأربع, all of them, حنفي, مالكي, شافعي, and حنبلي. All of them وحكي بالإجماع, all of them together accepted. And the sources...
Okay, I could prove you wrong.
Okay, when we finish, you can do whatever you want to do. But let's finish it first. Okay? So, according to the Quran in this verse, وَاللَّائِي يَئِسْنَ مِنَ الْمَحِيضِ مِن نِسَائِكُمْ إن ارتبتم فعدتهن 3 أشهر. Here what they're saying, the scholars. The scholars saying there is no divorce if not inserted. If he didn't insert it, there is no divorce. لا يكون النكاح الطلاق لا يكون الطلاق إذ لم يقع نكاحا صحيح. If not sleeping with her, literally, they cannot divorce her. They have to sleep with her. Right? And also he bring it from her.
That one I will disagree with you. The other part we are still on.
So what's the dalala? Your scholars.
It never happens in our religion.
Okay, brother. Here, according to all 4 madhab.
Yeah, but you read Arabic. Just read the passage as it is. Don't go to...
Let me translate for the brothers.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me translate to English also. For the brothers, read it, because it's not fair if we read it only in Arabic, right? Let's go to English. Okay. So now here, brothers, from Most Authentic website, from Arabic site, here he said, Brother Albee.
Yeah.
Encyclopedia of Jurisprudence.
Okay. So now here we're talking about the second section, the ruling on marrying young girl, right? Okay. The first issues, a father's marriage to young virgin daughters. According who? Now let's go. It is permissible for a father to marry his young virgin daughter, virgin yani bikr, virgin daughter, without her permission. This is agreement with the 4 schools of
jurisprudence.
So Maliki and Hanafi and Maliki and Shafi'i and Hanbali, all of them together accepted this. So here said the first from the book. From the book, here said Allah Almighty, here, Allah Almighty said, as for your woman who have given up menstruation, if you are in doubt, then their period is 3 months, and those who have not menstruated. Surah Al-Talaq 4. So, and we continue now from here, meaning, look here, after we finish, meaning of Albee?
Significance.
Significance. Okay, let's read it from significance. Allah Almighty has ruled that the divorce of girl who has not menstruated is valid, and divorce does not take place except in a valid marriage, which means you cannot divorce this little girl if you didn't insert it. Literally. Continue. So the verse included the permissibility of marrying a minor girl. There is no woman with whom her marriage is valid. Analyze her father married her. And he continued. Yes. So continue. Second of Sunnah. He gave it to first of all from Quran and from Sunnah. Second from Sunnah. This according four schools, not only one school. On the authority of Aisha, the Prophet married her when she was 6 years old. And she went to him when she was 9 years old.
That's
and
wrong.
she stayed with him for 9 years. So this is from Sunnah also. If you continue, the significance. If you significance. This is clear. This is clear in the permissibility of the father marrying a young girl without her permission, because she does not have permission. Right?
Right.
MashaAllah. This is
Expose
from
yourself
where?
right there. Right. So now
This is
let me
from where?
respond to you.
Wait. Why are you interrupting?
Oh, I thought he was finished.
No.
No, I
You
didn't
know when
finish
he's
it yet.
finished. You didn't think unless you're not thinking. And I think you're not thinking.
I think you're not thinking because he stopped talking and he left off the
No, he
page. That's
didn't
why I thought he
stop
was
talking.
finished.
No, when you interrupted me, I stopped talking.
Okay. Go ahead. You can finish. No problem.
Thanks for
Okay,
finishing.
Habibi. Okay. So now we show the proof from Sunnah and from Quran. So here from Sunnah, second from Sunnah according to Aisha, right? And other hadith on the authority of Abu Musa. Do you know who's Abu Musa?
Yes.
Which Abu Musa?
Musa Ash'ari.
Bravo. Abu Musa said on the authority of Messenger of Allah, prayer and peace, said, the orphan should be appointed to herself and she remains silent. Then she has been given permission, and if she refuses, she will not be forced to do so. Right? So all your scholars, for madhab, for schools, talking about this. Now, if you go also to Fath al-Bari, the explanation of Sahih al-Bukhari, of Hadith Aisha, on Hadith
read that.
Aisha, yes, it's very clear. They allow, but even your scholar, I can prove it to you now if you would like. I can prove it to you.
Let me respond first.
Your
And that's
scholars, yeah. Let me finish.
I actually don't have time
you.
for the debate. I got to get going. But go ahead, finish. Go ahead and finish.
I can prove it now if anybody asks me. The Muslim allowed to marry 2 days old girl. 2 days. I can prove it.
Yeah.
Are you finished?
I'm done.
So with that said, hold on, guys, because I actually have to go. I have some.
Wait, I can't get a response.
Not at this moment, but I will.
Okay.
I can be live when I get back. I can start up a little live a little bit later, in a few hours, and you can come up and you can try to respond, and hopefully everybody comes back and you can respond to everything. Okay.
Not because he said a lot of things. I'll take like 5 minutes. Honestly,
So I don't have 5 minutes. That's what I'm saying.
I'll take 1 minute. Honestly, 1 minute.
I don't have it. No, you don't. You're not going to take 1 minute. You just said 5 minutes.
You don't have 1 minute?
No, I have to get going. So
I think you're scared. I think I'm scared, but
you can say that. I'll be live again later on. You can come back and try to refute it.
We just want to protect your tafsir, major figures of tafsir. We love them, and we love.
Stop talking, bro. He doesn't have time, bro.
You guys do, so we want to protect them.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I want to thank you guys for coming through. Thank you guys, everybody on YouTube who was watching and stuck with us this long. Thank you guys, everybody on TikTok. This was a good session. Lavout, I believe your name is. I hope I'm saying that right, man. You're not too far away from the kingdom, bro, because you have common sense. You recognize that you have common sense.
bro.
But you have an echo. You have a bad echo when you speak. I'm gonna have to drop you and then possibly bring you back if you. But it's okay. I'm ending now. But bro, you're more than welcome to come back anytime. Finish the subject. Do some research on that. Come back. We'll talk about other subjects. You said, why should I believe in basically the Christian God? We'll tell you why. I'm glad to go over that with you. And we could just talk about Christian subjects, I promise you. So I'd love for you to come back. But bro, you're not far away from the kingdom because you know that this is an evil teaching. You know that this goes against common sense on how men are to conduct themselves with children. And I'm glad that you said that. So if this is true, when you find this to be true, because it is, and when you find this to be true, I hope that you are honest within yourself to not, turn